Welcome to Carolina Varsity's look at some of I think the what are the must-see scrimmages for this upcoming scrimmage season. Scrimmages are going to start Saturday, August 10th, and they'll pretty much run up through Friday, August 16th this year, with the first playing date being August 22nd on a Thursday with the Memorial Stadium doubleheader. First one I want to talk about is one at Butler. Butler's going to host Hopewell, Vance, and Pinecrest on August 14th at 7 o'clock. Obviously, a lot of questions around Butler this year with them losing a lot of talent from the championship team. But also Hopewell with a new coach in Matthew Jenkins. You want to take a look at how they're going to do things. And Vance also with Keith Wilkes, who's won championships up at Winston-Salem Carver. He's lost a lot of talent from his team also. So if you want to take a look at three teams with some questions, to check that one out.
Matt, was that the, and that is what date again now?
That's August 14th, Wednesday, at 7 o'clock at Butler.
So is that a, do you happen to know if that is a, 10 play, 10 play, 10 play, 10 play, 10 play, 10 play, or is it a somewhat situational scrimmage?
What Butler's done in the past is they split the field in half, and I believe they've done the 10 plays back and forth with both teams going at the same time. And then I believe they end it with a little bit of game situation, kind of in the same fashion.
The first group of scrimmages are, and I don't know if this is mandated by the state, I've never asked, but are always, this 10 play, 10 play, 10 play, 10 play kind of stuff. So you run offense, you run defense, you run offense, you run defense. And then the last scrimmages that the guys do are typically situational. So.
Right.
But I agree, Butler being a lot of question marks about them, be a good opportunity to take a look at them. I'm interested in what's happening at Hopewell, and of course, Vance. There's a big question mark about Vance, obviously. Losing, they were such a heavy senior team last year, so
right.
It's a good scrimmage.
And Pinecrest is a team from the Fayetteville area, and they're a decent to pretty good team, so they're not a pushover in their own right. Looking at August 16th, you're going to have a lot of scrimmage choices on that Friday night as schools kind of warm their teams up to get used to playing under the lights. But one to really check out is at Rocky River. You've got some good teams here. You've got Hopewell once again, along with perennial power, although they've been down the past couple years in Anson County. North Rowan, who is a smaller school. And then you got Scotland County, who is a big state power in the east, and Statesville, who made a good run in the 3AA ranks last year, along with obviously the home team Rocky River. We've talked a good bit about Rocky River being athletic on both sides of the ball. I haven't really mentioned their running backs, but Mr. Elijah Jett and Deron Davis in that backfield. I'll be really interested to see how Coach Fowler uses both of those guys. We mentioned Hopewell just a minute ago. One kid to watch, Dominique Heath, who's a really, really special playmaker. He can do it from the backfield at receiver or in special teams. And Scotland County, they have a quarterback who's already committed to North Carolina. So if you're a Tar Heel fan, come on out and check him out. And
returning for a state champion also.
Yes. And with Statesville, they're a very strong offensive team. So a lot of good stuff to check out now.
And really no comments other than a good opportunity to see a number of good players. And maybe start getting, if you have questions in your minds, you may not, you may just go watch. We have questions.
And that's, once again, Friday, August 16th at 6 o'clock at Rocky River. Next one is a playoff rematch. When I heard this one, I really thought about going to check this one out, and that's West Meck at Huff. Saturday morning, August 10th at 8 o'clock up at Huff. And obviously Huff will have some, now in scrimmages, you want to work on some things, obviously, with your base schemes and plays and such, but if there was ever any emotion in a scrimmage outside of, you know, the first time you're getting to hit somebody other than your teammates, playoff revenge. Expect Huff to be ready to go. West Meck pretty much embarrassed them at home in the first round of playoffs last year. And it's going to be a fun one to see. But you got two teams that I think are going to be pretty good in the city. Obviously, the West Meck talent we've mentioned. Huff has some talent of their own. One guy I haven't mentioned yet, quarterback Josh Stilley's a 3-year starter returning. And Huff runs a little bit of a interesting offense with a lot of shifting and motion, so that's a good one to check out.
Yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind that you mentioned as far as, especially an early scrimmage, your first scrimmage, that coaches are looking at a number of things. They're not going to play their stars too much to get them, you know, hurt. They do want them to get hit by another team, but more than anything, they want to see what these other kids can do. Who's going to be able to contribute? Who's going to be able to back up your key guys? So if you go to these early scrimmages, understand that you're going to you might see things you don't understand as far as why are those guys out on the field. They do shift back and forth on. At this particular scrimmage, you may even see the JVs on, you know, taking part at the other end. You'll see ones go against ones, twos go against twos. You'll see some other kids thrown in. So it's kind of a mix. The coaches are really just trying to get a feel for what they've got because they really don't know. The kids have just been, you know, Oklahoma is about the best that these kids have been doing up to this point, and that's, you know, the guy that they see in the hallway every day at school. This is their first chance to hit somebody wearing a different color. I'm thinking about going up to Mallard Creek and seeing South Mac at that scrimmage. It's one of the things I'm considering because I want to get a look at Mallard Creek.
One that is not in Charlotte but in Rock Hill is I think this one's going to be really good. You've got Audrey Kell going down there from the Charlotte area, but you've also got Dorman, which for some of you guys that follow high school football is a very, very good South Carolina state power. And then you've got the home team Rock Hill South Point, who once again is a very good state power. And then you've got Nations Fort out of Fort Mill, who I went and saw them last year against York, and they upset York when they were number 5 in our power poll. And this is a team that's up and coming. They've got really good size across the board. They play hard, fundamentally sound, and that's going to be a test for Audrey Kell. I mean, for your first scrimmage, you're really, you know, saying to your guys, hey, it's time to go. We need to step it up, and we're going to play the best of the best. And that's what they've chosen to do. This is at Rock Hill South Point High School at 10 a.m. on Saturday, August 10th, this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah, that's when you go into York County, that's like playing in Mecklenburg County. There's a number of good programs down in York County. You know, I've wondered why Nations Fort was kind of a little bit, and then they kind of fell down. Fort Mill also, but a number of good programs, and the South Point especially. So, you know, if you look into, I haven't looked at anything that South Point's got this year, but South Point always has, you know, several D1 recruits on their team. In fact, I was just having some exchange about Devontae Holland, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Just the Cowboy now. You know, he spent a year down there. South Point's, it could be a good opportunity to, and I'm sorry, I don't know any players at South Point this year, but it could be a tough, if Audrey Kell gets to go up against all these programs. They're going to hit some good ball players, most definitely.
Saturday morning, I'll be up in North Meck. I'll be checking out North Meck, Berry, Hopewell, and Sun Valley. And I'm going to try to go down and catch some of the Audrey Kell scrimmage on the 10th. I'll be at Butler on the 14th and Rocky River on the 16th. So if you want to come say hey, you know, be more than welcome. Just please be friendly.
There you go. And do check out a scrimmage. It's still football. We don't have the Friday Night Lights yet, but you know, it is football. And at least it starts getting us getting us in a little bit of our desire for the sport fed. So it'll be an interesting next couple of weeks before we get to the real kickoff. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Dale.